Tonight, we have continuing coverage of the pain at the pump. Long lines leading to short fuses as people search for gas across eastern North Carolina. The advice for drivers, be patient. At the Colonial Pipeline Distribution Hub, the trucks are rolling and gas is flowing. We have team coverage with all you need to know. Also today, big news out of Elizabeth City, where the family of Andrew Brown Jr. is finally getting to see more body cam video of the incident with deputies that took his life.
From WCTI, this is News Channel 12 at 5.
No doubt, if you needed gas today, you probably had to wait in line. Here's the latest that we know about the cyber attack that shut down one of the nation's largest fuel pipelines. Many gas stations across eastern Carolina ran out of gas at some point today. For stations that did have gas, there were lines. Officials are urging people to not hoard gas or buy more than you need. Colonial Pipeline is working to restore full capacity to their pipeline. It runs from Texas to New York, but they say the process could take several days. We have nearly our entire news team out right now, bringing you the latest, most up-to-date information. We begin with News Channel 12's Kate Hussey, who traveled to Selma, North Carolina, near I-95 in Johnston County. That's the nearest Colonial Pipeline distribution terminal. Kate, what did you see there today?
Well, you can see the Colonial Pipeline Terminal here behind me. This road that it stands on has been busy with activity all day. I've seen tankers with multiple different gas station companies whizzing by me to and from this area all day long. Take a look here. You can see the tankers in this video. Not a minute went by without me seeing one of them driving by. Now, I talked to someone within the industry who could not go on camera today, but did tell me almost all of his gas stations in eastern North Carolina are completely out of regular gas, simply because of people panic buying. He says this then causes a shortage in premium gas, as people end up opting to pay the higher price just so they can have gas. He fears the supply problem will only keep climbing the chain if this mass hysteria continues, and truck drivers I spoke to feel the same.
They don't have enough truckers to drive tankers to supply the demands with the fuel. And so this is causing a problem, too.
You're seeing a problem getting the gas out to places simply because the demand is so high and there's not enough people to take it?
That is correct.
Well, Daniels tells me so far he has not had a problem getting diesel, but fears that's going to change. Now, he also tells me he's seeing a lot of tankers out there on the highway, just as we have here on this road in Selma. Now, I also spoke to gas companies in the area. You'll hear from them as to when they can expect this shutdown to end, and even tanker transport companies to see what they're seeing. All of those details coming up on News Channel 12 at 5:30 and at 6. For now, reporting live in Selma, I'm Kate Hussey for News Channel 12.
Be patient, that's the word, Kate. Thanks. ECU professor Dr. Philip Rothman says most gas stations aren't equipped to handle this kind of demand. He says for much of the pandemic, supply was good, but demand was low, and that resulted in lower prices. But with what's happening with Colonial Pipeline and people panic buying, a typical gas station just can't accommodate the rush on gas.
The regular supply network is not set up for everybody who has a car trying to keep their car full at any point in time. It's just people usually run it down to whatever level you're comfortable having it run down, and then you go fill it up.
Dr. Rothman says the situation could be worse if we were not in a pandemic and people were commuting or even planning summer vacation trips. We're also seeing long lines in Jacksonville. The owner of one gas station had to step out today to direct traffic. News Channel 12's Lucy Nelson spoke with him and joins us now live. Lucy, what did he tell you?
Owner of CJ's food store, Mike Surdy, says he was worried about people's safety as they flooded to his station to fill up their gas tanks. He tells me he hasn't seen something like this since Hurricane Florence. Mike Surdy had to step out of his store to direct traffic today as cars lined up along the road.
but it is crazy right now.
Overwhelmed, he guided panicked customers to the pumps, something he hasn't done since Hurricane Florence. J.R. Alva was passing by when he saw his friend struggling to keep the flow moving.
We've been friends for a while, and a lot of customers were getting a little bit irate why this line wasn't moving, so we came up here to help out.
He immediately stepped in to help his friend handle the rush and the short fuses of stressed customers.
Just direct traffic. Some of the elderly, I take their credit cards, go in there, tell them what pump they're using, so they don't have to get out of the car. Just let the line keep going, you know, because if you get out of the car and you walk over there and then you walk over here, I could have had another car come through.
Surdy says he is grateful for his friend's help as he tries to get as many customers as possible through his store safely.
About that, whatever we had it, are we going to sell it until we got them run out?
I just checked in with Surdy and he tells me he has just one gas pump left. He ordered more supply this morning and hopes it comes soon. Live in Jacksonville, I'm Lucy Nelson with News Channel 12.
Lucy, thanks. Kinston Mayor Don Hardy says the city is not out of gas. He says, yes, some pumps are out, but it's not a citywide outage. He says right now, city leaders are not limiting vehicle travel, but they're monitoring the situation closely. Mayor Hardy says if the city does get low, they'll look at restricting some city vehicle trips and duties to prioritize essential trips. We also checked in with Craven County Emergency Management, who told us they too are monitoring the situation. At this point, they're not concerned, but do have a plan in place in the event the county does run out of gas. And still a lot of questions about the impact of the cyber attack, and we're looking into that as well. The White House says President Joe Biden continues to be briefed on the attack and the supply shortages in parts of the Southeast. ABC's Faith Aubrey is in Washington now with the latest.